Obviously easier if you're attached to a vehicle. Yeah, look. Oh. Hello and welcome to the shop. I'm Jared and this is the Questionable Garage, and today we are taking a look at a tool I've been very excited to try to get my hands on. Now, it's been a little while that I've worked on it, but if you don't know, we are restoring a 1970 Plymouth Sport Satellite, my ultimate dream muscle car. I bought it thinking the metal was pretty good. I didn't look at it close enough, and since then, with Auto Metal Direct, I've replaced almost every piece of sheet metal on it. But there are a couple things I didn't replace. The rockers, because, well, I didn't want to. They were mostly good, just had some bad dents in them, and the front fenders, or wings as a European might call them, because they don't exist. There's no reproduction front sheet metal for a 1970 Mopar. So, I have got to pull some dents and do some body work. And there's a tool that I've been seeing that looks amazing. But every time I've looked up that tool, the cheapest one I was finding was $1,600 for the longest time. And well, I don't do body work enough to justify $1,600. Now, when we get into the history of dent pulling, started really simple. First, you took some self-tapping screws and a slide hammer with an attachment. You'd run that screw in and then pop that dent out. Problem with that though, is you have two options once you're done with all those screw holes. You weld them up and you're gonna warp that panel again, or you just slap it full of body filler and then you have what looks like Play-Doh spaghetti shooting through the backside of it. So that's the longest time what people kind of worked on. Then we got a new improvement, and that's the little stud gun. I've owned this thing for a while. Take that down. What this is a handheld spot welder with special studs. Can't stand up because you lose my head. You take one of these special studs, load it into this gun, and then that would weld onto the metal, and you have something to attach your slide hammer to and work the dent out that way. Couple downsides. That's kind of heavy. It's not very friendly to use, and you're still having to deal with a lot of heat and working that panel. But that's the best we've had for the longest time. That is until this. Now, not sponsored. I just found it on VEVOR. Now, you guys maybe have seen those videos scrolling along where you see a guy throw a bunch of die-chem on a classic hot rod and then go in with a little spot welder, slide hammer combo thing and pull all of it out at once. And that's what I've got here. Boom, there it is, my own little spot welder slide hammer combo. I've been looking at these forever and now I've got one. And I'm really excited to give it a try because the whole idea with this is to streamline your workflow. You got your nice little slide hammer and welder built into one, and then you've got all these different really cool attachments depending on what you're doing. You have these keys, which work great. You can weld these into a long row and do a couple different things. You've got the fancy slide hammer attachment to lock into a bunch of them to work on pulling out a dent, or you can actually run a bar through these and use a puller to pull some metal out, or again, what we're looking at, the fancy little T, tap, spin, tap, spin. I'm not gonna go into a whole lot of the specs because I don't know them. We're not here to see how it rates on paper. What we're trying to actually go do is work on a bent piece of metal and see how good this little guy does. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the best body guy in the world. I'm still getting better at things, but I do have a friend who is a very good sheet metal worker. So we're gonna go to his shop, also because it's air conditioned. We're gonna fire up the spot weld puller and see if we can really save $1,400 buying off of VEVOR. Oh, hey guys, Jared from the Questionable Garage here in my cat eye hybrid, and it's Prime Day coming, and I'm here to tell you about a deal you don't want to miss. The TOPDON ONE. It's on sale for Prime Day. Why don't you guys come a little bit closer? Guys, you're gonna love this thing with its 10.1 inch touchscreen display and its incredibly rugged design. Metal in the back, nice non-slip grips on the side. This is a professional level tool without that professional level price. Let's go back into my history. I bought a scanner off a tool truck for more than $3,500. 2 days outside of warranty, the touchscreen quit working. You know what they did? They no longer had any of those screens, but they offered me $500 in trade-in credit. So I decided I was never buying a tool truck scanner again, and I have been a TOPDON customer long before they were a channel sponsor. Now, let me tell you, I have never seen so many features packed into something so affordable. This thing's got built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. What does that mean? Fast, easy updates to all of the software that you've got built into this tablet. You can go ahead and jump online if you need to do a little bit of searching to help with your diagnostics, or you want to watch some YouTube, your favorite Questionable Garage video. You can do all of that built in with that Wi-Fi. Now, that Bluetooth gives you really quick connection to your OBD2 dongle to talk seamlessly to the vehicle. And with a report feature, you can email complete diagnostic readouts of every vehicle you work on. This bad boy's bi-directional, which means not only are you reading codes, you can activate many different test features built into your vehicle that you're working on. Also, a really cool built-in feature is the vehicle coding. There's a lot of European vehicles, a couple US vehicles, some out of Japan as well, that have special features that you usually have to pay a dealership a lot of money to code. Or other tools, you have to buy each specific model to be able to decode it. Model, not brand. With your TOPDON, you get full access to vehicle coding right out of the gate. Also built in is the TopFix AI. Hit that friendly little robot, enter your code, ask him what you got going on. He's gonna answer your questions. He's there to help you out. Seriously guys, I absolutely love TOPDON. It is my go-to scanner in the shop when I'm working on the stuff that, you know, has a plug-in port. I wish I could plug it into my carburetors in the older cars. It doesn't work that way, but when I'm working on my weird hybrids, it's there for me, helps me get them figured out and working again. Now, this thing offers that $3,500 tool truck value for a whole lot less. How much less? Thousands, literally thousands. And if you take advantage of that Prime Day sale going on, well, you're going to spend less than $700 on an absolute insane scanner. You're going to find that link down in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. I love my TOPDON ONE. They are amazing tools and an absolute insane value for money. I have not seen anything like this. Link in that description below. Get you something absolutely amazing. I packed up and headed over to my friend Justin's shop to test out the new budget dent puller on an old C10 fender he replaced because of all the dents. But before we turn on the cameras officially, we did some testing and, well, you're gonna see. Just in case I end up ordering a different one, initial pre-camera testing, how's it going?
Not good.
Not good at all, but if we make it work, we'll introduce Justin, or I'll order a new machine, and then we'll introduce Justin. Well, we're gonna have a delay of game. How did it work out?
Not very good. It don't get hot enough to do anything.
Like, it glows, but the moment you actually pull, it comes right off. Maybe we could try some cheap steel, but neither of us work on cheap steel, so we were wanting to...
It don't get hot enough to do anything.
Well, I guess we'll hit pause and I'll spend more money, but the question of, can you buy a tool for 10% of the cost of the good one and have it work out?
No.
No, that's a big fail, 100% fail. So I'm gonna go swipe my credit card and get something more expensive. So don't buy the 110 volt.
I wouldn't. We can only find one video and it has no support to it.
Yeah, we did the exact same settings and...
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing. And that is good American steel. We've tried a bunch of different tips. We put the eyelets in it. I'm wondering if it's maybe more the 110 volt, and that's probably why this was on super ultra clearance.
Probably.
So join us in a couple days when the tool shows up, and part 2 where we'll actually introduce you. we want to try maybe one of the big dents and just see, maybe hit 2 triggers? Because you can see it pulses it.
That makes it worse.
Yeah, it pops it right back off. The way this is supposed to work is that the machine should weld that metal tip to the fender. Then by pulling on the slide hammer, it should pull the dent out.
I need to find some thinner sheet
It's
metal,
obviously not
maybe.
working quite like it should.
Grant, this is 50 sheet metal. Like, it's a different beast.
That one's holding a little bit better.
Okay.
Not much. Not enough to do anything.
All right, let's try the rings maybe. This is Justin. We'll actually introduce you eventually. We'll just keep failing. Oh, so you're going to try 2 rings. So
See if it holds.
the triangle's just not doing it on, this is what, a 50s?
This is 65 C10.
60, okay. Real metal, I think that's our problem.
It's
But
probably 18 gauge, I think.
we're trying some rings. So let's see how they slide hammer.
Not well.
All right, let's do this. Auto. So I also was checking online videos of people where they weld the ground on. I bought a good clamp. We're just skipping the funky maybe works and gave it a good ground. And
Let's try it. and see. That don't even do nothing.
good. Yeah. Auto's kind of scary. So I think auto is the moment you touch it, it tries
It
to
does.
grow weld. Okay, and it beeps, so. Wait,
Oh, actually, it's working.
you've pulled it.
Somewhat.
I mean, it moved. That is more than we got.
I think this one's going to pull right off. I don't know why. What's the difference here?
Okay, you got a hit.
I don't understand why it does better in auto than it does manual.
Because, I mean, we're giving it full chooch. All right, well, let's...
I say we try auto with this.
The T's again?
T's.
All right, let me set up another camera and we're going to fight a whole lot and see what happens. We're learning. I've watched every video and we're doing it, like, better than the videos I saw. So,
That already did it.
yeah. But look, it's barely...
It's actually holding it better.
Oh!
Pretty.
Okay, now to move to a new spot, so kind of bend and twist. Okay. So yeah, you don't even pull the trigger, just hit it.
I'm putting a lot of pressure.
So give it a lot of pressure in, so it actually melts in some. Hey,
It's working.
obviously easier if you're attached to the vehicle. Yeah, look.
Oh,
I see sparks. Like you can actually see a good raised. Like here's a little bit.
I
That's
wonder
just-
if it'll get that grease. We'll slowly
yeah.
work over there to it.
That's one where again, where if we can put a bunch of the T's in, and then you come in with the big slide hammer T's.
You put a lot of pressure in, don't you? Well, good.
So there's too light, there's too heavy, there's the Goldilocks.
It's a little finicky.
Hey, you know, do we want to try the more traditional, just real small dent back there? Because this was extreme. Like we were intentionally trying to torture test.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can see it's starting to raise it, and a lot of the videos show it for the little fun details like this. So, so this is a lot more common. Oh, it shows up beautifully in me. The light is just right to actually show that. So that's what we see them do a whole lot, where you'll do the rough work, die chem it, and go. So,
Which is good on like a door that you can't get to the
Yeah.
back side of. Oh,
you're not quite Goldilocksing, I guess.
I don't know what the deal is. I think you have to hit it all the way flush, not on the edge.
We can move it a little better if you need. Okay, all right.
So I was hitting it on that edge, and it wasn't doing anything. But if you
So
keep
you,
it
as long as you go square.
yeah.
So there's obviously maybe a little bit more pull,
Yeah.
and then we can show the die cam process. Now you're getting it work. Now I feel a little better.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be.
It's not terrible. I would say this is probably beginner entry.
Yeah. So that's about ready for DA, and
Yep.
then we'll wipe some die cam. So I'll get a rag for that. Sweet. Holy cow. We might make something out of this after all.
Be good to try this one too.
Hey, is paper towel okay for die cam, or do you rather? Oh,
If it's like mine.
but you want to hit it with the DA first,
Yeah, we'll run over it with DA.
just to knock the spot weld boogers off. Oh, yep, it does. Perfect. Now, when it comes to the die cam, it's real easy. Justin, who are you?
I'm Justin.
He does.
I do metal work.
Really good metal work. You got some really cool stuff.
Yep.
Floor pans, customs, basics. Occasionally a suspension bit here and there.
Yep.
He's responsible for all of the blend work I could not find in that. So that's why I figured, get an expert. I can hit metal, but you actually make it look good. So what we're doing now, since we got that rolling too, is this was a much more traditional dent. It's working. You've learned you cannot hold it at an angle. It's got to be square on the full tip. Well, here we can show just even one of these tips. So he was coming in, or
when I was doing it and holding it like that, it has not enough surface area. So if it's held like this and run on automatic, it seems like it's
doing
trying
the thing.
to work.
All of the manual we were doing just
It didn't do nothing.
also change your ground. Again, the videos I saw of using their ground is you clear a spot off and hold it, and it's supposed to weld itself on, which
Did not work.
didn't work. Everyone who did get it to work said it wasn't good enough. Harbor Freight had that for $6. They have a $15 one that's even better.
Yep.
But I think if you're spending $15 in a ground clamp, you're getting a heavier
Much
duty
more,
machine.
yeah,
but so we're gonna go through. We'll
I'm just gonna run over this real quick just to knock the highs off with a grinder.
and then we're gonna brush the die cam. I've got short blocks. There's long blocks.
Yep.
Because we're gonna go through the process of long blocking and everything. But
And all I'm doing is knocking down where the little welds are because they're very rough.
oh, you got the high spots so you don't tear the DA's
Yeah,
paper.
that way you don't get the metal too thin. And then we'll run over it with a DA to kind of knock those scratches out.
Just even in shadow, how much of an improvement that was.
Yeah, it was a decent dent.
Like that had a good dimple. Like you
Yeah.
could see the shadow, and
Yep.
we're already there. So then the next step is the die chem blue. So
And
that's used for machinists. Like if you're doing
Yep.
mill work, anything. There's so many good uses for die chem.
And they make spray too. It works pretty good.
Yeah. Seymour has the spray, and then Seymour also has a spray cleaner because
That
that
gets it
stuff.
off. Oh yeah.
So once that dries,
Especially if this stuff heats up, even with lacquer thinner, it won't come off.
yeah, it's basically anywhere that's low won't
Be
get
dark.
sanded.
Yep.
And this is if you're doing a big panel, you want a longer block.
Yes.
Because a 4-inch block, you can ride waves, and classic hot rods will,
Oh, yeah.
will
Oh, yeah.
have the surf coming in sometimes. So yeah, and where it's really dark, that's where it's really low. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But compared to where it was,
It's a lot better than it was.
yeah.
It's doing what it's they show it does on the TikTok finally. Okay. It really does seem like the best option is auto.
It does.
Because we read the book, we tried setting, we tried high, low, none of that was working.
I don't even think it'll work manual. And I just keep light tension on this to pull on the panel and light taps to kind of just work it out. And then we'll just kind of roughly see if it's even doing anything.
Which
looks like it is.
We've talked about this tool like 4 times.
Yes.
And we each threatening to get one, so I finally, I spent the little bucks.
Let's see here.
Yeah, so every once in a while you hear it pop right out where it just didn't catch, but
Might be this tip. It's definitely getting better.
maybe.
You
can see a tiny spot through there, and then probably a DA and fresh die
I can tell that the heat is making a crown right here.
Oh, it is lifting the whole thing up?
Yeah, you can just slightly.
Now that heat, that's just, no matter what, that's going to happen some.
Yes, yes.
Ideally, that is the other fix, do it a little, go somewhere else, or is it not? It's just heat, period.
I don't know. You know, we've never used one of these. It could be because we have it all the way on high.
Let me just we'll set that on 5. But I don't know what the auto will do differently or not, or if that's not even going to bite enough.
Like them.
A little DA and then a little more die cam.
Yeah. And you can see the shiny, and how that's kind of dark and dark. That's
like you said, where it lifted.
Is heating the metal.
So if you didn't want to just fully hammer and dolly out a whole panel, you could pull out a crease like that, but then you would come back probably with like the spoon to knock it back a little bit.
Yeah, you could spoon that out. And then even if you didn't spoon it out, that is a lot better than a big old door dent.
Right.
You know, a lot less filler.
And now when you look at it, like the center's fully out of it. Just a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see what happens.
You may ask, why aren't we in welding hoods? Just with spot welding, as long as you're not staring directly at that point, because it's a quick flash, you still don't want to just like intentionally like just be gawking, but it is a little bit safer. All right, we won in one spot. All right, your thoughts?
It works pretty good. You got to know how to use it.
Yeah, I mean, any tool, if you bought $1,500 or $5,000 one, you'd have to, it might have a smaller learning curve because the tool just is that much smarter.
Yeah.
But
I think for like at-home use, it'd be pretty good. Hobbyist.
Yeah. You can see the slight discolorations, and there's the tiniest bit. We could keep working it a little more, but does it make sense to buy a $160 version? No. Does it make sense to buy a $220 version?
Yeah. Get the 220.
$220 for 220 volts.
Yep.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it's the type of plug. It is a lot more energy going in, electricity going in, so it does better. This is a transformer machine again. This weighs about 45, 50 pounds. If it was an inverter machine, it'd weigh about 11.
Yep.
Those are smart computer, and that would work as a 110. These are both, I think, 300 kilowatt outputs. They claim the same output, even though the input's different. We're winning now. So let's try some of the worst dents. We'll just work through that in a little bit of a time lapse, and then we'll give our final closing thoughts. But that's
a lot better.
That's like the TikToks.
That's a lot better. Definitely a lot better.
Now, how long would that have taken you with a hammer?
Well, this being a fender, not long. If it was a door and you couldn't get to it, definitely worth it.
So like 2 minutes with a hammer, 20 minutes with us figuring out the tool,
Yeah.
but a lot better at a door. So we learned a few things, huh?
Yeah.
One, these eyelets and rings, maybe not slide hammer. Those are probably better like a slow, steady pull.
Yeah. They broke off. We tried, what did you try? We tried the eyelets. And
And the
washers.
rings. It was pulling it, but not well. And then we did the new ground on the 110 machine. And
It did better, but no matter if you do,
yeah.
if you count a couple seconds while you're holding the trigger down, or if you do just 1 split second, the 1 split second works better, but you get like 2 pulls out of it. And I think by the time you did all that and got a dent out, it'd be so distorted, and you wouldn't be able to do anything with it.
Versus the 220, we got that dent out. You got that dent out
Yeah.
really well. It was working up there, but we kind of had already figured out what we needed to. Also, the 220 on auto, way better than manual. We put the 110 with the good ground on.
This one's better than auto.
Yeah, the 220 in
Yeah.
auto. We put the 110 in auto, and it just kept repulsing constantly.
Yeah.
It was, don't buy the 110.
No, I wouldn't. This, I think, would be the base of,
Yeah.
and you might want something different if you were doing it every day.
Yeah. I think you've learned enough that if you spent the $1,600 for the mid-tier
Yeah.
level one, you know, hey, this is cool enough, I want one.
Yeah.
There's $500 versions, but I'm already $500 into these. I don't want to keep
I'm buying them.
ordering more and more and more of them. So if someone down below, if you guys have used the $500 one and it's really good, let us know. Maybe you can get that one. I don't know that you need to spend the $5,000 or $6,000.
No.
They work amazing. I wish these maybe, a lot of times those swing way above their belt
Yeah.
and weight level, but not this time. Step one, absolutely, new ground, 220 machine, and with some time and patience, you're gonna get stuff out
Yeah.
like that. Amazing. That's really cool to see. That could pull out. I'm gonna use the 220 on the satellite, but I'm gonna
Try it
try
out.
pulling it. I'm gonna do a couple other little things with it. So, Justin, thank you for coming
Oh, yeah.
up,
I
lending your
appreciate it.
expertise.
I appreciate practicing.
Yeah.
It's
If
a little
it-
finicky, and I think that's something that would go away if you spent a couple thousand.
Yeah.
But
We try not to do that
Yeah.
as much as possible
try
around
not to.
here.
Anywhere,
Anywhere because it's expensive. But we also all agree brand new sheet metal stuff, if you're working on modern cars, the 110 probably
it
is
would
going to
probably
do it.
it probably work great with the 220 or
But
the
really 80s back, the sheet metal's thick. You need at least the 220 or a fancy machine. If you're doing modern tin cans, the 110 will probably do it. That's really cool. I had fun testing out a tool, realizing that I now have $165 worth of e-waste. Because I don't know what I'm going to do with the small machine. You want it?
I don't want it. You
sure?
could do a giveaway. Somebody might want it.
I don't wanna give
Somebody
that
might
to you.
want to practice with it.
Slide hand, I mean, it's impressive everything you get with it. They all have a good purpose. You can recreate what we saw on TikTok, but I think $220 is the cheapest you're going to go. Don't spend less than that,
Yeah.
and that's about it. So-
I agree. I agree.
Well, you got air conditioning to go back down to,
Yes.
don't you?
I'm sweating up here.
So that's going to be it for a tool review. Also, again, thank you, TOPDON, for sponsoring this episode. I always do my best to bring you just unbiased, honest tool reviews. I bought all of those, and you should buy a TOPDON tool because you know you're getting good money there. So I'm Jared, reminding you guys to always make questionable choices. And Justin, you don't know how my outros go. You got to come up with
I
a
don't-
witty
I
phrase,
don't.
a
See
pearl
ya.
of wisdom.
I'm gonna go to the AC. That's gonna be mine.
That's your pearl of wisdom.
Yeah, mine. I'm going to quit sweating.
See you next time.